Welcome to the basement.
The basement.
We got Kandi K with us.
Hi, everybody.
We got your boy Hanzo.
That's hello.
And it's your boy Duke Baltimore. You hear me?
Live in the basement. What's
Sorry for
going
this
on,
cherry
Kay?
out here.
How you been doing today, Kay? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Well, first, let me say this has really been an amazing Sunday.
Most
Like
definitely.
like today, I just feel like every day, wake up with the mindset and the mind frame of expectancy. Let me say that. You know, first and foremost, like you should always look for something great to happen in your day, no matter what it is. Whether you be celebrating yourself or you celebrating others. And today, I actually got to celebrate my two nephews because number one, they're both grown men, but they decided to get baptized today.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
nephew.
Yeah.
Round of applause for
Give it up
nephews
for
getting
nephews.
baptized. You with that?
Both of them.
Amen on that. Amen.
So, I think, and today, what was so amazing, y'all, about that was it was a lot of young people that was willing and ready to give their lives back over. And I love that, you know. I'm not gonna say like I'm I'm religious, you know what I'm saying? Cause I think like when you say religion, you have to do everything like by the book, and I just don't believe everybody's life is by the
Nah.
book.
Now we don't know about that book though.
I'm thinking more so leaning on spirituality more so than anything, and I love that for me because when you know we all in the same generation. When we was growing up, we was trained to go to church. You know
Yup.
what I'm saying? Then
Right there
you
in the front.
Yeah, you gonna be in the front. You're gonna serve. You're gonna do whatever, and it was like I ain't gonna say forceful because my mom didn't force us to do anything. You know what I'm saying? But it was almost what was expected of you, you know, to do when you were growing up. Like you're gonna sing, you're gonna usher, you're gonna go to four services. If you had four services that day, guess what? You was gonna be in them services. And,
All day long.
You're gonna participate in vacation Bible school,
Yep.
and you going to Bible study
Bible
and
study.
intercessory prayer, all of it.
All the rehearsals,
All of
dance,
Literally
choir
7
rehearsal.
days a week, something going on there.
And I feel you on that because I mean, growing up, like
Business.
Twin was about to say, was that we grew up in the church. You know what I'm saying? So we understand the ins and outs, the do's and the don'ts of it. But at the same time, with you, what you were saying is we're religious but spiritual. That's why I look at it because I know the book, I know the Bible, I know what's going on, I understand it, I know the principles and the laws. But at the same time, I'm spiritual because I'm self. I know that I'm also God is in me
That's it.
and He lives in me, and I can talk to Him myself. I don't have to be at no church. You feel me to do that? You know what I'm saying? I can have a conversation with God like how I'm doing right now. But I also have my spiritual bracelets and necklaces I wear for my protection. That means something totally different. Not what most people think, oh, it's witchcraft or whatever. It's not no witchcraft.
Right.
It's not witchcraft. Stop believing in these movies and these people's coming at
It's a
you.
bunch of marbles, man.
For real. Certain things have meanings and all
Facts,
meanings
facts.
ain't bad. So I feel you on that. I love church. I went to church today, looking good. You feel me? It
Hey,
was
I'ma
it was
keep it
anniversary
real.
Sunday, bro.
I'm gonna keep it real. Church taught me the game
What
of
game?
business and life
Yeah.
because you know, going to church every Sunday, every event, it's really like, it's really like, it's a system, and
Yeah.
the way we came up, we was in church all the time. We was in the choir. We was doing our thing. But for me, it was always something deeper than this, beyond the religion.
I think he talking about the work aspect of it as far as like
And no shade to anything.
Yeah, and
It's
no
just-
shade to no churches out here.
Yeah.
Because we
realize
love
it's
you
different.
all. We understand what's going on. We just know the ins and out, like we said. You feel me?
And it take a community to build a church and keep it going too. So you know
Right.
what I'm saying? You got to understand the aspects of the business. You just can't just start a church off, you know, your hope. You got to really know what you're doing because
You got a lot of people's souls in your hands.
It's quite an investment, and you got work to do, and you got to do for your community. People need spiritual, guidance, and we in Winston. It's a church on every block, literally. Everybody know each other, but there's plenty of people that need help, and as a human, you got to play your part.
Yeah.
To help one another out, like through whatever forms of help you can help them with, whether it be spiritual or
and
community based events or like fundraisers. You know what I'm saying? Like give back to the community type stuff.
Yeah.
But the church is a part of all of it. And it takes a whole village.
Right? A whole village, whole neighborhood.
I wish like y'all like. I wish that I wish like we had the avenues that we have now back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot more people now are more free willed, you know. But I don't even know why I'm talking about this.
I mean, it's a message. It's a message.
I don't even know why I'm talking about this today. But like when we were growing up, like I said, when I was growing up and coming up like in the church and stuff like that, like my mom didn't force us to do anything like I said, but coming from like a lot of my friends and their backgrounds and stuff, because we all I felt like we're conditioned to do the same things, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. Like you go to church, I think like a lot of people was afraid to like tell their parents. Like I got some friends who don't believe in anything. But when I was coming up, certain people in the church were like, if you don't believe anything, or that you hang around people who don't believe anything, like your ass is going down, you're going straight to hell. But what I've learned, me personally, like on my level, I have friends. Shout out to y'all.
Shout out friends.
All my friends. I know I believe and can't nobody shake my faith. No matter what it is that I do, you know what I'm saying? I know what I believe, and like I said, nobody can shake my faith. But shout out to the people who don't believe, you know what I'm saying? Because they also taught me something. Them people really be knowing that Bible and that book inside out. So it's like nothing you can't quote anything to them because they already know.
Right.
And not everybody who don't believe is a bad person. But I feel like it's up to us to show them the light that we do have, because it be more so the Christian people or the religious people that be beating them and saying, you can't be right, nothing will ever go right in your life. You do have those people, and I think that's why a lot of people like shy away from
the church
because they only see one side to it. But like today, being in the congregation I was in today, they made me feel wanted. It was no judgment. I see that pastor is very more so involved in community activities. He loved the children, and it's things for the younger people to do. You know what I'm saying? True. Like, you got to keep those children active. You got to get on their level. You got to know what's what.
We got to pass that torch also.
Hey, and that, you know what?
And let them know it's okay to be themselves and be who they are. It's up to us to kind of learn it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And you know what? That's crazy that you touched on that, because also when I was at church this morning, I was at Disciples of God Ministries, and the pastor, it was a guest pastor, it was their anniversary. The guest pastor talked on how the youth are the next generation. So we have to basically build these youth up, because when us old heads leap up out of here, they're going to be the next generation that's got to follow in their next footsteps. They're going to upgrade what's going on, meaning there may be new technology, new songs, new way of doing things, but it is all the same, winning souls. So you train them up now, you get them in saved now, and saved, you know what I'm saying, sanctified. You really got to be deep down and holy, because being deep down and holy is hard to do. I ain't even gonna lie. I did it for a long time. I'm talking about church Monday through Sunday, while working and while still playing football at the same time. And I was a part of the youth department, you feel me? I was always over the youth. where it be dancing, it may be choir rehearsals or step teams or just taking kids out to do things. I saw that most kids react more to new age things, less yelling, less structure. I mean, you can build structure in a new way, but that old way of structure, the way church was built up back in the day when the 80s, 90s, you feel me? That's old. The way of preaching has changed, which meaning me be more visual when you speaking. Like, there's certain pastors out here who can create a picture and the kids can get it. Like, I know 2 of them who do that perfectly, and these kids be looking at it like, yeah. And I was like, I be looking at that like, I wish we had that back then. Because we was forced to be in church. Let's be real. We was kind of forced to be in church. Some of us loved it.
I wouldn't call it
a lot of them. Look, if okay, not really forced. You had to go.
It was too easy to get in trouble in Winston back in the day. So if anything, being in church might have saved our lives.
Oh yes, it most definitely did.
Winston was lit back then.
It was lit, but it was more safe. It was more safe.
I don't know.
I ain't gonna say it was more safe because y'all was way older than me, and I know for a fact I had no business being where y'all was at.
Yeah, but we was out there.
Hey, real talk, you know how hard it was coming home from the brouhaha and the ice house on Saturday nights just to show up at church at what?
7,
8, 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
Before y'all said we already have those long services, but the Saturday nights we used to have so much fun.
I'm gonna do y'all one better though. Y'all remember like my 21st birthday?
Yes.
And y'all rolled up at church with me.
Yeah.
The next day, Carlos came to church with us.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Cause we was grounded in that. Like my mama always used to say, if you gonna go out there and dance and party and do all this.
Dance for the Lord.
Exactly. You better be in there, the Lord, bright and early, ready to go, well rested. Because it's been sometimes we done walked in there with hangovers, but Lord, help me,
like
please.
A whole gallon. But what they say, press your way.
Yeah, press on through.
Mama say you can go party. You might as well go to work in the morning too, So
exactly.
Church was work. It was work.
Where it be usher board.
You couldn't just go to work. You gotta know your work, know your role. While you got a hangover, and we wasn't drinking back then. And stuff. The hangover like was
that party.
The party, and then going up. What was we at after the club? The IHOP.
We might be at the IHOP. We might
be parking lot.
Waffle House.
In the house by 2:30.
Sicko,
only get like 6 hours of sleep. Sun coming up way too fast. You know what I mean? So, it was a struggle, but responsibilities and
well, let me
maturity.
Y'all, let me ask y'all this: like the way I say it, like today, going and just visiting and actually just really celebrating like my nephews, because that's what I came in for. I came in with the expectancy of something good, and let me tell you, like I was already like, yeah, like they had their praise dancers and stuff. I was like, I want to wear one of them. I felt immediately like I wanted to go and serve. Like sometimes when we go into place of worship, y'all, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you don't always get the welcome, especially when it's time to stand up and say who you are, where you come from. You know what I'm saying? And y'all, what's so funny, and I'm going to be just all the way honest. I ain't been to church. I have not stepped foot in a church in almost like 2.5 years. And like, that's not something to be proud of and for me. You know what I'm saying? But all at the same time, that don't mean like I don't know God and I don't take him everywhere I go.
Right.
But for me to actually step in the presence of or the house of God, you know what I'm saying? And I already know that's a temporary dwelling, you know what I'm saying? Because we know church start here in your heart, in your spirit, and it's how you build up your spirit, but today, like, I immediately felt like I wanted to serve. Like, we had a whole big old long row, a whole pew of just family, and like, everybody was moved on that pew.
You know what that mean, though? That mean you have a relationship, because if you felt that that means you got God on the inside. 'Cause there's a lot of people that be on that road looking at them like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
They just there for show. But you had that relationship with God that you talk to him. You don't got to necessarily be in the building 24/7. It's that relationship of talking. You know what I'm saying? If you might read the scriptures, you might see a scripture and be like, oh, that's my scripture for today.
Hey everybody, welcome to our live. We're
Hey,
Let's see what's up.
Just let us know. Y'all can leave your comments here, and I'll converse back while I'm doing the podcast. It's okay. This is like one of the places where you can actually be yourself.
Just
and
come.
Be for real. Like, and
great environment.
it feel good. Like the energy is always good. Like this is my second time, so I'm kind of nervous. But I don't even know why I'm talking about this, because we weren't supposed to be talking about this. We're going to talk about something else too.
It's the flow. It's the flow of things. You know what I'm saying? Because you basically on one accord with what I would have going on today as well. So that about the youth, that's major.
Yes,
that's very major.
Like if anything, more so than anything, like we know that is the next step. Like when we get old and we can't do anything, they gonna pass the torch. We supposed to pass the torch to them so they can do what they need.
The hard part about passing the torch in 2025, AI is taking up so many hustles and so many jobs.
Yeah.
That the only thing these kids can do is hold a phone to their face and just give up their location, because what can they really do? And they can go to school, school on school, collect debt. No, you know how that system go, but
so, the
fastest grow up is what? Podcasting, doing shenanigans on your phone,
TikTok,
like
or
doing
something
pranks,
on an accident, something just crazy and outrageous.
It's more people coming up doing stupid stuff in the world because people want to see it, and I get it. It's entertainment. It's entertainment, and people love entertainment, but somebody got to work because
somebody got to pay these bills.
Somebody got to go to school because these presidents that's coming up in the next 20 years
are going to come up with these babies. Man. And we got to get them grounded and rooted
just like
and ready
how,
for that.
It used to be in the 90s where it was just, one set color. They about to be not from here, commanding us over here. And you already see it everywhere. So I'm going to take it there. And hey, man, y'all YNs got to get it together because y'all really set up to be some workers.
Yeah.
Because you don't really want to work right now.
Y'all better get y'all a craft.
All we are is entertainment, and we got to be better than that.
Right. You better get you a craft.
We
you
got
better
to
get
be
you doing
more
something.
than the entertainment.
Exactly.
We got to be more than entertainment.
And, that's why, for certain things, I'm so thankful. Shout out to you, Mama. Hey, Betty. I see
hey,
you.
Mama.
Hey, Mama.
But, so many, I'm glad, I got, old school, handling and raising, you know what I'm saying? It's certain things I'm just not gonna do. I feel like these children now, like you said, somebody gotta work, somebody need to go to school. These babies, they don't read, they Google everything.
Everything.
My kids don't even know what an encyclopedia is. Shout out to my grandma. I hope you resting beautifully.
Shout out.
G-Mom.
Yes,
Grandma.
because my grandmother was the first one. She asked me, she always used to ask, I got, my mom is a reader, she's a writer, an artist. I grew up around those type of women, you know what I'm saying? And one year, my grandma, she asked me, she was like, what do you want for Christmas? I always had my head in a book. So I was like, I want encyclopedias. Couldn't tell me I wasn't hot shit with them encyclopedias because my grandma made sure I had them encyclopedias. And I think, I push reading on my son. I push reading, on every child that I come in contact with. Any child that's connected to me, I feel like they should read. I feel like they should want to know. I'm big on history. Me and bro were just talking about, certain things. And I'm big on history. I need to know. I want to know,
Right.
And I feel like every kid should know because I feel like nobody should ever have to tell you about who you are or how you came about.
Well, let me ask you a question then. Just
especially out
swing off it a little bit. You feel me? So how you feel about them taking the history out of schools?
I feel like it's wrong. But all at the same time, they weren't never teaching our history.
Exactly.
They was never teaching our history.
They scared to keep it real.
We went. I'm gonna just keep it all the way real. Mm-hmm. You had to have a teacher that was just like you.
Yeah.
Who had the mindset of they was gonna switch that curriculum one way or the other, so you can know that your black is beautiful. And another one of my teachers, he resting in peace too. And I know y'all know if y'all went to Atkins Middle School back in the day before it was prep, Mr. Ellis, Mr. Rodney Ellis.
Shout out
Mr. Ellis.
He made, when it was Black History, y'all know that man made us watch the whole entire thing of Roots.
I remember. And we watched that.
And he had questions to go with the corresponding, things that would go with the actual movie. Like, what was symbolic in this, and why did, they changed our names, you know what I'm saying? We had to go with their names. Ain't none of our last name Williams for what?
Workman.
I remember when they had, when we watched the same thing, and they was like, they broke it down, but we had to teach it the same thing, same way.
Yeah.
He would ask a question like, how would you feel if they changed your name? And he would like, make that an assignment. That's your assignment. Write about it. I thought about that thing. I said my name a couple of times. The cars. Hey, that's the government. Don't ever use that. Talking to y'all. But yeah, I kept on saying my name, and I just thought about it. If my name was John. If I looked in the mirror and said, "What's up, John?" Or if I looked in the mirror and said, "What's up, Sean?" Or Dimitri or whatever, it's like, to me, I'm disgusted by it because that ain't my name. I know my name. I know my name is D. Car Riz. It's unique. The way I say it is unique. So to think back to them changing his name, he know what his name is. Kunta Kinte. And you want to say his name is Toby?
And
for what? And the big
the hell is a Toby?
See, a damn dog.
The fuck is a Toby?
Then every time I hear stuff like that, I be Toby. Like, I be thinking like them animal names or something like. Where did you come up with those type of things? Like, you right. Like, if it was more of us, you know what I'm saying, educating our kids and things like that, I feel like they would be so much better. And I ain't saying that the road and all that stuff gonna be easy, even just getting a group of children together just to hear what you saying. That's a task. Because these children want to do what they want to do, but I also feel like it's because of their upbringing. Like some of these kids really don't have the guidance because their parents ain't never had the guidance.
Too much access.
And they have a lot of access to things that we did not
have access to. That's what they don't realize.
What? Like, y'all remember when those little CDs used to come in the mail for AOL? Like, these kids are lost without Wi-Fi. Let me cut it off.
Ooh,
Let me cut it
What
off.
to do?
They don't know. It's like you done shut their whole world down.
Yeah.
But I remember somebody came to my house, and the first thing they asked, "What's your password to your Wi-Fi?"
Right. That's the first common question now.
That'd be the craziest because people with your Wi-Fi will pull up to your house, use your Wi-Fi, park outside your house,
and
not call you and tell you that they outside, and just chill.
Excuse
Next
me?
thing you know, like people be crazy. Don't give out your Wi-Fi these days. Because,
That's wild.
Man, people do the most.
Now, when you come into a house, now, hello, how are you? But what's your password? Normally, I'm still kind of old school. Like, I want to know if you ate, you're thirsty. Like, I don't know what kind of life you live outside of my doors. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So, I always want to be like a helping hand to somebody. And even if I'm a beautiful mess, like, you ain't going to know because I'm giving until I don't have.
Exactly.
You know what? I'm glad we grew up in the world the first, 40 years the first 20 years with no Wi-Fi because I couldn't have people just having my location all day long. Like,
having your location?
Every app asks for your location.
It really does.
And people be really willing to give it up. They're willing to take pictures every day to have their face on record on all of these apps that are selling their whole life. Like, you just don't know. People are making other clones of you. Not clones of you, but literally taking your information and scamming you through your information and all this.
I gotta stop doing
The
this.
more apps and the more devices you have, the more location they give you to find you. They will. I know y'all don't want to be found like all the fucking time. Like, come on, like it felt good to like in the '90s to just.
What was the universal sign in the '90s that you know a kid is home?
Hey,
Go ahead, say it.
in the
bro.
'90s, you better be in the fucking house
Before the street lights come on.
You got an ass whipping waiting on you.
No, that
Off
no.
respect, and the street light better be on.
Nah, that-
and then
yeah.
you had neighbors that was gonna snitch you off because they knew the game too.
But what was the universal, y'all? The universal sign that you knew somebody was home because you didn't pick up the phone. Because sometimes we ain't had no house phone.
You either hear that door slam, you either hear your mama screaming like, "Stop slamming my door."
Nah, we got the window up. We got our head out the window.
Or like it's a bunch of bicycles in that person's
Oh,
yard.
Yeah.
Or you gonna see if they parents' car home.
Yup.
And you're going to knock on the door.
Yep.
You don't just walk in somebody's house.
No.
It don't happen like that.
And then, like my mom was, I guess our house was a safe house. You know what I'm saying? Like, we grew up in the 90s. So, some people didn't have parents who had a house that was a safe house. You know what I'm saying? But my house was a safe house. Like,
We had a safe house.
Kids will always be at my house. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was our friends or, like, my stepbrother, some of his friends, when he come over on the weekend, my sister and her little friends, and she don't have many. But she just that type of person.
Yeah.
But our house was always a safe house, and like that's what I pride myself in. Like I always want my kids and their friends to always know that they can come to our house and they gonna be safe when they parents come. Cause I like to meet parents too.
Right. I want to know what your mom and dad
They
look
be,
like.
you know what them parents be saying? They be saying, "Oh, Dad, we already know you don't play." No, I don't play. Because I gotta keep y'all kids safe, and if I can't tell you or talk to your kids how I talk to mine, and I can't take care of them like I take care of mine, they don't need to be there.
True.
I'm not big on dropping my kids off everywhere. I like my kids with me. Now, granted, I do like my breaks, like as every parent do.
Right.
But all at the same time, I'm not big on dropping my kids off any and everywhere. And I don't even drop my kids off to family members like that. You know what I'm saying? Because every family member don't have your best interests at heart and your children's best interests at heart. And guess what, y'all? If them family members don't like you, they don't like your kids either.
Exactly.
They don't like your kids either.
Because if they do like your kids, they telling your kids that junk about you and the stuff that you used to do.
Yeah.
That they don't need to be knowing.
Yeah.
But you know what that was though? That was the covering that you was giving them though. As growing up, being in a safe house, going over. My mama always knew we was always over there. We was always over there because she knew we couldn't be at nobody else's house.
Exactly.
We better not be over there.
Exactly.
You better be exactly where you said you was gonna be at. And then she knew like, okay, my baby's covered over there, cause they mama don't play.
Yeah.
She like me, so it's like growing up. My mom always was like, we couldn't really spend the night in nobody's house because it was that same thing like you saying.
What's that?
And
who live in that house?
Exactly, like, cause my mom don't know you. She don't know what you got over there. You ain't bringing nothing from over there back over here to our house. You feel me? And if we coming over there with money.
Yeah.
And if you coming over here, you ain't gotta bring no money really because my mama gonna make sure she cooks for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She feeding the tribe, and that was just like when we came over yours. Your mom fed everybody.
And what? And I know
Everybody.
it's a cake baking.
Right.
She gonna want everybody to taste it.
We had the whole squad. It was like at least 7 or 8 of us at one time.
I'll never forget, cause y'all mama had the van, ain't it?
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it be those things like I could only spend night at one person's house. Shout out to my friend Pam. Pam. And her mama named Pam too. So shout out to my other mom.
Pam.
Cause that was the only house I could go to. My mom did not have that. And Pam actually had her daddy in the house. You know what I'm saying? My mom was like, I don't know about all that. you know, when you are children and you coming of age, you know what I'm saying, whether it be boy or girl, you don't know how people looking at your children. Right. You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of people pray EY on your kids. Yeah. Instead of AY for your kids. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Or just for your people, period. So y'all take it how y'all want to. People do pray on your children and they watch your children. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know how many times we all done seen this, you know what I'm saying? And I just thank God for, you know, always having protection over us, you know, like people don't be thinking, y'all, that it's not so much as the little girls. Little boys are really boys. Like the stories I've been hearing or like I have been reading, like especially like with SA, you know what I'm saying? Boys was like, I had an older cousin. She was like 17 and I was 7 or 8 and she was already, you know, right. And I'm like, really, this, you know, I had to open my eyes a little bit more, and I didn't really realize a lot of things until I became a parent on my, you know, of my own. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want nobody doing that to my son and taking his innocence.
Exactly.
Away,
they don't understand how much that mess with their brains. Like, that'll create something that was never started in a person. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Like that trauma, that triggers. You feel me?
They're trying to fast track that BS.
Because I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. Let me find out. Anyone of y'all done something like that to my child? Mm-hmm. It ain't no threat. It's a promise. I'm just saying it like that. I love everybody, but when it comes to your children and family, period, those the whole one thing I take dearly, and just children, period, like innocence. You can't. Why would you do that?
Yeah. And I feel like that determines, like, you know, whatever trauma they got, sometimes they determine on, like, if you're really raising a fucked up individual.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, I hate to say it that way, but it is what it is. Like, these kids, they, and the way they growing now, they be exposed to a lot more than what we was exposed to, but yeah.
Wi-Fi.
All at the same time, we was exposed to a lot of stuff, but we also had OGs in place to say, they'll say, nah, if they thought you was trying to hop off the porch and do what they do because they know it was messed up, they'll send your ass home. Nah, you take your ass home. You're not doing this out here with us.
Shout out to the OGs.
Yeah, real OGs out there. And we don't really have a lot of that now.
Because some of these OGs out here still trying to party with these kids.
Yeah. Party and everything else.
Exactly. Like, be an OG. You know what I'm saying? Tell them what's going on. Let them know what we had that they got better of now, but not realizing we lived a better life. Mm-hmm. So,
they lucky, man, because we give access to these kids as much as we can through studio, videos, you know, rapping, or, you know, doing photography or whatever. Mm-hmm. But we didn't have access to any of this growing up. And it's crazy how they really won't take advantage of it today because it's easy to have. But if we had all of this back in the day, man, I'm trying to tell you my life would be different.
I'm trying to tell you. Drake.
But right now, my goal is to reach and teach, you know. But, man, if I had access to a studio when I was 15 years old in Winston, not saying I'd be a rapper, but I'd be making beats back in the day in the 90s. But
this thing about it, people think that you need this extravagant studio with all this stuff and everything, not realizing like YouTube University help you get into everything. Like,
shout out to YouTube.
Like, University. I mean, you can go out here and buy your equipment, get your little room, set some TVs up, get your keyboard, get you some speakers, get you a box.
Watch tons of videos.
Watch tons of video. You don't got to really go to school unless you want that credentials. That's the only thing.
Definitely go to college and get your credentials.
You can get your credentials, but coming up, just learning freehand and stuff like that, man, you can do what you want to do.
And that's the thing, though. It's hard to decipher if these if the younger generation really want it like that.
Right. That drive.
It's hard to decipher between those things. If they lacking something, it's like you gotta You gotta like. I tell my son all the time, I love you, Christian. But I tell him like, if he doing something wrong or it sound wrong, I be like, don't be a fuck nigga. You know, like don't
keep it 100.
Don't do that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I be like, now you know that's wrong. You know, like how would you feel? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was done. You feel like you were done wrong. You know, like it's like you gotta regroup, like or shake their mind, and it's like if you don't get them while they like tiny tots or something like that, it's like sometimes I feel like it's an obstacle to reshape their mind or to get their focus somewhere else. Like these kids have all the resources and they just don't know they got like lots of big dogs who don't mind taking them under, you know what I'm saying? And like, look, this is what you're gonna do, but it's just I feel like it'd be too many distractions for these kids now. It's just too much.
Yes. And let me tell you how crazy this is. Just listen to what you said. When there was the OGs, us growing up, we had to go to get to A to start at A to get to Z. You had to do B going through. You feel me? Nowadays, these kids start at the A. They have resources that skips them past all that middle stuff straight to Z, and they still lazy enough to not want to do it. You got all the resources. Get out there and just apply yourself. Yeah. You feel me? Like, cause it's the stuff is out here for you to do.
Hey, real talk.
You got people to teach you.
These bills ain't gonna stop, yo. They coming every day. They coming every month, and they gonna be here next year.
Hey, speaking next year
after that. So,
come on.
You know, working these, these little 9 to 5s ain't it. You got to go to school, get your education, because man, in this city, you know what it's about. You hospitality, or you working in a hospital, or you serving. But people are retiring, so you got to answer to a lot of old folks. Which is cool, but it really ain't.
Very aggressive on the old folks.
You know what I mean?
Because them old folks is stuck in their ways.
I got this jealousy for old folks because they've made it 60, 70, 80 years.
Without the new bullshit that's going on now.
No, they've been through the bullshit, but...
I mean, like the new stuff, like technology and stuff we going through, like Skynet.
And they got the YNs helping them with
exactly.
Hey, man, get you some education because you should be getting served, not serving people all your life. You don't want to be serving people all your life because you'll start resenting people for that, and it's real. And next thing you know, you throwing something at a customer, and they trying to fuck you over. Period.
And guess what somebody doing? Guess what somebody
got
doing?
their phone looking dead at you, talking about World Star.
World Star.
And then you start looking for another job the next day. It's like, man, get your education because it's only 4 to 8 to 10 years. That's nothing.
Oh no, just wait till it comes to time.
That's easy time to do. That's easy time to do. Go to school because, man, you don't want to be 40 working that 9 to 5, man.
Exactly.
And it's some bullshit 9 to 5.
And I'm talking about underpaid and overworked.
Like
ultra
unhappy.
Underpaid. Ultra
like
underpaid.
you go to before you walk in that bad boy, you motivating yourself just to get out the car.
Yeah. But shoot, I'm gonna tell you that's my everyday. I be in the car. I gotta set the tone for my job, for what they call it, a secular job. Yeah. Like I gotta set the tone. Like I can't even listen to it because I already know when I go up in these people's job where I have to actually punch a clock, they finna tell me something about somebody being unhappy. You know what I'm saying? Oh well, this is how we're gonna make them happy. Nah, y'all need to be trying to figure out a way how to make us happy.
Make us happy, man.
We need more money.
True.
How about that? How about I would love if we can go to a job where the employer pays for all of our insurance and stuff like that.
True.
Where that ain't coming out my check.
True.
Cause that's what we be working for.
They taxing the hell out of us too.
Listen. I mean, tearing me right on up, bro. Like. I feel like you should set the tone. Mom, what you said?
What mama say?
Oh, my mama said take away the phones and the computers. Mama, you want to start...
lose it.
Mom, you ready to start a war.
It's World War 3, 4.
These kids be flipping everything over. Everything be burnt down and smoking like that plantation.
Well, it be us versus them.
You gotta
let it burn.
Take that Wi-Fi, man.
Man.
Listen, if you take the Wi-Fi man, these computers, the iPads, the tablets, they don't even play with the tablets no more. You know, everybody just got money now for an iPad.
Mama used to tell us, just go outside.
Go outside.
Go get you some
and
air.
That's why a lot of y'all children pale because you don't make them go outside. They need some of that sun, the real sun.
Right.
And then, you know, other people going to say, that sun ain't even real. But
sun ain't even real. The sky's not blue.
That's a whole nother topic.
That's why some of y'all kids become looking darker than what they are because y'all ain't got these kids outside soaking up some of that sun.
They don't know how to, and they don't know that. Hey, have y'all ever been in the car with these young kids and they don't even know where they going? They don't know they surround. They don't know their surroundings.
Take it down.
Like that. Like I dropped my son. We dropped. He said, "Mom, I want to go to the mall." Now y'all know how it used to go down on a Saturday at the mall.
Yeah. Always there.
First off, like people used to catch the bus to go to the mall.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying, and be out there all day. And you could take $20 and you got money. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Back in our day. So he said, now this was last month. He was like, yeah, Mom, I want to go to the mall. First off, I'm saying, with whom are you going with? He said, oh, I'm going with my friend. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, y'all know they got rules at the mall now. They have to have an adult.
Chaperone, yep.
I said, well, I ain't finna be in there with y'all musty kids because that ain't nothing I want to do on my Saturday. I like doing other stuff. And that ain't it. That is not it. I don't want to do it. So he was like, oh, well, you can meet his parents and stuff. This my homeboy. I'm just going to hang. So, against my better judgment, I was like, all right, I'm going to let you go. But it wasn't until I knew who it was because I knew the child's parent or whatever. Mm-hmm. So the dad, because he was with his father, the father said, because I'm giving him Christian all the spiel because y'all know how I am. I goes off all the time. Like, I just have to beat it in his head like, hey, don't go out there acting crazy.
Right. The world's different now.
People know who your parents are. Mm-hmm. So anytime Christian goes somewhere, somebody always send me a picture of my child. Whether he out and about, he doing something for the school. I still have good people who always looking after. You know what I'm saying? And
shout out to y'all.
Some of y'all really don't be having it right now, or y'all hadn't had that. People to really actually look after your kids when you can't be there.
True that.
So the dad made me feel so much better after him talking to him. He was asking both of the boys, do you know what self-awareness is? So you know how these kids coming, like it's basically, so as soon as my son say that, I already know he don't know shit. He don't know. And both of them kids were like, well, I say, you need to know be aware of your surroundings. Don't talk to nobody. Don't pick up nothing. Don't do none of it.
Right.
Like, it's just we see too much. And sometimes it make you paranoid. Like, I don't need my son tripping off something because you done handed him a flyer or a card or some sort. I don't know what y'all got going on.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people just do the most terrible things. And I be saying, like, how do y'all do the most inhumane things? Like, who did not love you? Who did not?
Right. You need to teach your kids because, most of these kids, that's an age in between the age of, 12 to 22. You in our age bracket. Mm-hmm. So you should be 36 to 45, 47 by now. Teach your kids. We know you grew up better than that.
Yeah.
Because we already knew what was embedded in us growing up. We was going to teach our kids because we started to see what our mom and dad was going through with us. You feel me?
No, you can't spend the night over a house. No, you can't walk that block over there. No, you may not ride your bike over there. Y'all, it didn't dawn on me. Like, I grew up on the east side, like, in my adolescent years. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the east side.
Shout out to 22nd Street.
Shout out to 4th Street.
East side.
4th Street, MLK.
Shout out to the Bojangles on 311.
What?
Back in the day. Back in the day.
Okay. Look, shout out to all the number streets. Look, if you on a number street here, you in the hood.
You in the hood.
Yeah. So, I grew, like I said, in my earlier adolescent years, I grew up on the east side. So, me and my friend Octavia, I love her to death. She live in Indiana now, but she's originally from Chicago. So We used to go like, and y'all know the times we used to go to school back in the day. It was still dark when we was
like 6:30.
sitting out on the block,
catching
waiting
a
on the
bus or whatever.
Yeah.
And I used to get money from my mama and my stepdad, and I go to the BP. Y'all already know the BP.
Right across
right
the
there,
street
right
from
across
the
from
Exxon.
Seafood.
Yep.
Jesus.
We used to walk to that BP in the morning. It was still black almost. Yeah. And we'd be out there walking. We'd be buying our little stuff with our little bags, having our money in our hand and our little bag on us with our book bag, not realizing all the fiends and everybody else right there. And I remember one day we were walking back to our bus stop because we used to do it before we get on the bus. And one man stopped there. He said, "Hey." And I looked at him and he said, "Don't be doing that." And I said, "Don't be doing what?" He said, "Put your damn money up with your dumb ass." He was like, "Somebody will get you out here," you know what I'm saying? And I be riding, even when I ride by, because my baby go to school, both of my kids go to school out that way. And I be looking at and I be saying, "Boy, we used to walk the streets and we were really carefree." And it was real dangerous out there then.
Really
dangerous out there now.
It was.
And a lot of us hopped off that porch early.
Yeah.
Early. Like, that's why we don't do nothing now. We would just want to be old people.
It took maturity.
And the thing about that, you got me over here.
It took maturity. It takes
that ain't
maturity.
in the case.
Well, talk about
this the thought of what you said. You feel me? Y'all was going there before hopping on the bus. All the fiends over there. Everybody knows. Everybody knows that's over there. At the BP. As soon as you say the BP on the east side, they already know where you at.
Yeah.
So therefore, knowing that you was that age, hopping off the bus, getting in the store and buying your stuff and having your money flagging before you get on that bus, you had the presence of mind to know that somebody was watching you who was either knew your parents or just knew that you don't need to be doing that this out here.
Again, that self-awareness thing. You know, like what we was telling our kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to my son friend daddy, because he was like, y'all need to know, and y'all are black men.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
that part.
Yeah, these people be out. Look, my mama talking about it's a lot worse. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to the people that stayed on those houses before it used to be bad. Because if you really think about that whole area, that's our area. You know what I'm saying? That's the black area,
and look at the gentrification and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
that's going on.
No, and it's going on now.
Yeah.
and those houses look bad, but I'm pretty sure 60, 70 years ago, those houses were amazing on that street.
But the house I grew up in and the house my mom and them had, they done knocked it down. But the house that was behind it, they done redid it, and guess what they sold it for? Almost $300,000.
Crazy.
Wow.
On the east side.
Wow.
And the way they buying this stuff up for nothing.
And flipping it.
Hey man, y'all got 20 years to get it together.
I don't even think they had that kind of time.
They don't. I think it's like almost like round the corner because
I don't think they had that kind of time because they already done built these apartments
right behind.
What? And the income and the things that's supposed to be easy for these people to get, it's not easy for them to get. Like the people in Cleveland, like the ones that stay in the new apartments and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they rent over there like $1,400-$1,500.
Yeah, they eating their pockets over there.
And I'm saying, how is that affordable?
That's my income based.
Some of those areas is underpowered. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all just throwing them apartments up. And you know the ones they was talking about that we could get into and stuff.
Yeah.
They but this big.
They crazy.
They trying to bring
I ain't gonna lie.
I
I went to go tour it, and I like the views because you can see. Like, it's crazy because as soon as you cross the bridge, you in downtown.
Right.
But as soon as you go to this side,
you in the hood.
You in the hood.
Right.
What, 100 yards away?
Right.
Literally.
Jesus.
Literally.
Like I'm
you
thinking
can get your head cracked this way, but I mean, even downtown, you can get
They
your
trying
head cracked and ran over too.
I wonder if they
people
go
just wild.
It's off subject, but I wonder if they go with all that gentrification going on over there. Are they gonna shut down both of them gas stations?
I don't think so. Not ever.
Especially if you know some of the our white skinned counterparts start moving over there.
I just don't think that. I think what they'll do is they'll
build a police
tell
station over
them
there
to clean it up. And I feel like they'll make it comfortable for them.
Yeah.
But they've never made it comfortable for us.
Because look at it like this. If you stayed across the street on 4th, 5th, 3rd Street and you go to that BP at nighttime, let's say after 8 o'clock, there's a good chance.
Zombies.
Yeah. The crazies are going to be out. And they didn't give a two, I ain't even gonna cuss, two hootenannies. We gonna say it like the white folks. Two hootenannies. They ain't get two hootenannies about us being out there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't see no police officers. You might see one or two who patrol it, but with them, our fair skinned counterparts start coming in. Like you said, they gonna make sure they safe. Cause you gonna know, Johnny and Jackie gonna carry their little Shih Tzu across the street to the BP,
yes.
And they gonna have about 20 police cars out there, making sure they safe.
Yeah, they will. Like I said, they make it comfortable for them, and they've never made it comfortable for us.
Facts.
Okay, Mom? Yeah, for real.
Never made it comfortable.
It's just, I see the change that they're trying, but all at the same time, you're pushing them people out. Where they gonna go?
Exactly.
And they can't live in Kernersville because it's high.
I know. Everybody moving to Kernersville.
I just came back from Kernersville, and it's high.
Yeah, because they basically pushing the rent up because they know everybody want to come out there because they trying to scoot their own way out through Winston. That's why I said I gotta get up out of here. I gotta go. You feel me? Like it's like you gotta expand your horizons. You gotta see what's out there. God made this earth so you can explore. Go get your passports. Go get your what's it called? ID1.
The real ID.
The real ID. Why I say ID1?
But what's that all about? Cause why you want to know it was you finna write a book on me? Like, why do y'all need all of these?
I to be honest with you, I think
feel like it's kind of like if
they
you don't got it,
it's
a stripping of rights or something. Like
it's a lot.
Hey,
with
they
that.
cloned Tyrone, didn't they?
Yeah, they did clone Tyrone.
They cloned Tyrone, and they will. It's like when you pass away, you're still alive because they're gonna make money off of everything that is your essence. You ain't even got to be alive. Like you see it in the voting. Oh, you gotta be alive for them to still use you. So hey,
that's rough. That you said that.
Hey.
And nobody better not use me.
Hey, you better be able to spell my name right, and there's only one way you can do that.
It's crazy. What's up, Natty B?
Natty B in the building. Miss Brooks.
Hey. You look cute though.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look cute. Here, come sit down.
Yeah, we'll be closing up in a second.
So okay, just we're gonna stay on subject about these schools, but I want to flip it a little bit. Let's talk about the bus drivers. Tell us something about that. Tell us something about that, sis.
Shout out to the bus drivers. So I don't know if y'all really been looking at like the news or like the media about our school system here in Winston-Salem, but we don't. Well, we got what they call it, the interim superintendent or whatever.
Interim.
Yeah. The lady that was here, what's her name? Trisha. And the CFO, which is the chief financial officer, they don't work for them no more. But all of a sudden, it's like $13 million gone.
Embezzlement?
I don't know if it's embezzlement. I don't want to say that, you know. But these people not getting paid, or they haven't been paid. I wish I knew somebody that, you know what I'm saying, was a bus driver who hadn't got paid. Yeah, girl, you need to be asking her about what's going on.
I promise, if it was me, I'd be like, JG Wentworth, 877 cash now. Where is my money? And I need it now.
Yeah.
That's why they didn't go to work.
You know, my nephew, he was like, I asked him, like, one of the things he wanted me to talk about or speak about, you know, tonight. Mm-hmm. And like I said, he's a teacher at one of the schools, and he was just saying, like, we want to know what happened to the $13 million. That's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of money.
For these schools, you know, we got real life educators. I got some friends whom are educators, and like, I would love for them to chime in whenever, however, you know, like, I don't feel like I said, even with these jobs, they be overworked, underpaid. Like, my nephew was saying, like, they couldn't even get started all the way with like the their reviews on the EOGs because they ain't have enough Chromebooks. Like, why ain't enough Chromebooks?
Right.
Chrome. They destroying them.
Or their parents be pawning morning or
They
something
just,
or whatever.
they just said
I don't know.
Chromebooks.
something in the thing to make it tear up, so they won't have to do nothing on them. But now
Oh,
they
wow.
finna get a felony if they do that, because now they know they doing it.
I didn't even know they be doing that, but my nephew also told me like the kids like they just go back to what we were saying, like they upbringing, like some of these kids, you know, you would think that they raised by animals.
Right. Because it's like
straight up.
they come in with so much aggression and anger just to sit there and listen to somebody teach you something.
Yeah.
Like, I have mad respect for the teachers. And because it's, for me, you know, we get paid at the end of the month.
A whole month.
We waiting a whole month to pay bills. You feel me? Nah, that's outside of what we do. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but we still waiting a whole month to get paid, and you ain't paying me on the day I'm expecting my check, and I know I got to go pay this. Like, and $13 million?
Hey.
Come on now.
That's a lot of money.
It's gonna be a lot of smoke and fire, just like that Nada Way plantation.
Look.
Don't give me my money. I ain't mail you my work, so I want my money.
Something
But
better be
isn't
done.
it crazy how they expected people to go to work? Like people's kids were on the bus stop, and they didn't even have the audacity or the decency to let parents know.
Because they was
Maybe
embarrassed.
they did or maybe they didn't, but
Nah.
They was
kids were
embarrassed.
still on the bus stop.
They was
waiting on
embarrassed.
rides.
Well, look.
I'm sorry.
What they doing with
Because
their money?
had that happened in our day,
You feel
guess
me?
what?
Mama, somebody calling.
Hey, my mama like, I can't be like, come on.
Exactly. Let's
Or
go. Let's get in
You
the
gonna
car.
walk,
Be at home.
or you gonna catch a cab.
Exactly.
Not an Uber or Lyft, because we
A
ain't had
cab.
it, you know what I'm saying? But there was gonna be a way that, like, the provisions would have been made, like, your parents did, like, if you were sick, your parents did, like, my mama ain't stay at home. She like, look, it's some ginger ale, some crackers in there.
Eat you some of that.
And don't open the door, answer the phone type, like, stuff.
Exactly.
Don't even look out the blinds.
If it ain't
What?
me with the
Look
key.
at them blinds, and my
Exactly.
mama gonna know that
Don't.
a blind is out of place.
Hey,
Hey. I ain't
Mama
even
said,
let
"Pay
my
attention to
grandma in the
details."
house one time.
let nobody
'Cause,
you know in the
look,
house.
my mama said, don't open the door.
For nobody.
Mama, I wish I would pick up the phone. My mama would test. My mama would like run a test on me to see if I'm gonna pick up the phone. Who? And if my sister, boy, I was check her, not answer the phone, because I know I'm finna get the whooping.
Test.
Because guess what? I'm the
oldest.
oldest.
Yep.
Jeez Louise.
You see how they go?
Yep.
And here again, they come with the, like, how these kids are now. It's totally different. Like, I feel like our parents, they were built on survival.
Yes, they were.
So they expected, they had a high expectancy of their children. When your parents told you to do something, you did it.
It wasn't
That's
no, we
your
gonna do it
ass.
tomorrow or the next day. If you didn't do it right then and there, you might have found something on the floor thrown at you, or you might have been hit across the mouth, and that was discipline.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And to keep it real, if you're gonna be that low of a kid to allow
Hey,
you real low if you allow your kid
Duke
to
is up here
cause
telling
you.
Hey, every time.
It's
like,
really
he's
hard
funny,
to break
y'all.
it's really easy to break your hands, or like to beat a child that hurts. So for a kid to act that way, for you to cause, you both are gonna
Parents
be in
stop beating
pain
your
for real.
kids.
So it's not even worth it. So these kids.
I'm
just gotta
sorry. I'm
understand.
whooping mine. I'm beating
And
them.
I've never beat none of my kids, but
Hey,
He
yeah.
never beat 'em.
Okay, let me just explain that. Let me just explain that.
it hurts you both when you gotta beat a child. So don't do it.
Can I explain
And don't be
myself?
stupid enough to get your butt beat.
I'm doing it.
Let me explain.
I'm doing it
I don't know
real
why these
bad.
kids be so
Let me just explain myself real quick. Let
Yeah.
me explain the tactics you got to do with these kids. Okay. See, with kids, most kids don't respond to butt whoopings and stuff like that, because all it is fear tactics. So you got to get psychological with this thing. Most of these parents know this, but they just don't want to do it. But sometimes you got to do it, especially for these YNs now. So instead of I'm not beating my child, because for one, you ain't about to go to school with no whips, no nothing on you, nobody taking off your clothes, none of that. It ain't none of that coming back to me saying I'm whooping my child.
Right.
But psychologically, they're gonna be like, what's wrong with you? Man, my daddy took me off the basketball team. Psychologically. Oh, what's wrong with you? Man, my daddy took my game, man. My daddy took my phone. Like, I'm taking stuff. I'm not gonna beat you. was growing up. I got butt whippings for stuff like that. You
I'm
feel
not
me?
gonna
and
take
kept
your
going because I was crazy. You feel me? Nervous, no.
I'm not gonna take your system.
But-
I'm just gonna take the power cord.
But that's how slick our
Have
mama
your
was.
system.
Look, she did not. My mama went from that beating stage to that. Okay, beating ain't what we gonna do no more. We just gonna start taking stuff. My mama knew if we didn't come home with them A's, she knew that me and my brother was on the game.
Don't go outside.
That power cord was gone.
Power cord. Take the game. You can have it.
The power cord is just like Wi-Fi does.
No cord. You no game.
No cord.
That's a fact.
Ain't no cord in the house matching that cord. So
Nope.
Mama was smart.
Mama, what was it that you used to take away from me
Psychological
after
games from
you
parents
whooped
played.
my butt? What you used to take away from me? The radio.
yeah, see
Yo.
what I'm saying?
Yo.
The radio. Oh my gosh.
Hey, ZZ.
Mama stopped
Music
buying
was
blank
everything
tapes
back
for
in
your
our
boy.
day.
Huh?
Music was everything back in our day.
Yeah.
We had tapes, cassette tapes,
And
A
the
side,
CDs.
B side. You feel me?
And the CD.
Burnt CDs. Y'all kids will never know what burnt CDs are.
What? Compromising everything and everybody
But-
in the house for line wire and bear share.
You know it. You know what I'm
Live
saying?
wire. Shout out live
Shout
wire.
out Live Wire.
Wire.
Trying to tell you, these
Bootleg
kids don't understand.
music. Oh.
Matter of fact. Off subject, but it's back to what you were saying about when you were saying about the maps. No, not maps. GPS. These kids don't realize we had maps. We had to had a photographic memory of
MapQuest.
where we going, or do MapQuest. And MapQuest wasn't nothing.
And let that mess up.
Exactly. Or you're not paying attention to because the word's so small, it say turn right when you approach this right here, and you're not looking at it because you jam into the music that's going in your car, and y'all.
Yes.
You got to pay attention.
And what is it here again? They don't know directional terms like
Yup.
east, west, north, south.
Right.
They're different. And like it's not I ain't trying to bash kids of this day, but it's hard. Like I be like, it be the simplest things like why y'all don't know that? And here again, we talking about they can get in the car and know nothing about where they're going. Like why somebody can get you lost?
You know what they're used to? Turn left on 25th Street.
Yeah.
Real talk. You know the dumbest
Turn
thing
right.
a kid to do?
Oh, Zizi said, "What's the topic? If you don't mind me asking." We started off with church. I was giving a shout out or whatever, and it just
Grown folk
We
is.
was talking about these youth.
talking
The
about
youth.
the youth and how they different from how we were raised. Y'all different.
What they can
Girl,
get
you-
away with.
Oh yeah, Zizi just turned 21. Ain't that
Happy
weird?
birthday, ZZ.
ZZ.
Yes, it's still Taurus season, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, X a YN to show you north and watch what they do.
Hey,
Yeah.
this ain't no hit on y'all.
Yeah.
It's true because they gonna be like, okay.
They different. How they mind, how they think is way different. Like one day, me and my niece was talking about very understandable and thank you. Look, you remember that day we was talking about like when I was growing up, when we used to like somebody, we used to write letters.
And
Yeah.
fold them up in that little.
What and like like an origami and I still know,
Origami.
I still know how to fold that junk. And yes, you better check the yes box, especially if I'm making it pretty and if I write you in cursive.
And see, this how you know these kids had it easy now.
I never got one of them from nobody.
Look, I was about to go there. That's what I was about to say.
My bro
You know
used
how
to get them all.
You know how psychological that shit is to see everybody getting one and you don't get one?
I'm crushed. I'm still crushed.
Nah, he kind of exaggerated. I wasn't getting one all the time like
He was
that.
getting them all.
You feel me? But
As a twin, he
my
was
thing
getting them
was,
all.
it's like, I was thinking like, damn. They seeing all these people getting these damn shits and he ain't get one? Not even a yes or no? Not even a maybe? Cause I got one of them yes or no, you feel me? And I was like, maybe, because I was already yes or no on somebody else.
My niece said yes, and now it's not like it's straight to the point.
Right. It's like, okay, I don't feel like writing this to you, so you either go be my girlfriend or I can just go find somebody else. That's how it is. I think. That's in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Because back in the day, we had to work. We did so much work. The work too easy now. We did so much work growing up. It's like it's no work that needs to be had now.
Yeah, you right about that. Ain't no work that need to be done. Cause it's like, you know, at one point in time, it was what, Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
We ain't even Netflixing because I don't want you to know my Wi-Fi password.
Exactly. Nah,
And I'm taking you off my account after I done
Let me see you delete it. Let me see you delete it.
After I done took you down.
Cause some of y'all here still got y'all ex's passwords.
Hey sister, my sister out here. Hey girl.
This Roku and chill now.
It ain't even
No, they on that Zeus and chill.
That Zeus and chill.
I do kind of like Zeus a little bit.
You like Zeus?
I like my trash TV. I ain't gonna lie, cause it's their problems, not mine personally.
Facts.
And they young, and I remember when I used to want to be on the Bad Girls
Come on,
Club.
Zeus. Put us on, Zeus.
Yep.
Zeus, we got something good.
That is.
I
You
used
feel
to
me?
be down
We
to
got
fight.
something good.
I used to really be down to fight, and the people that they're casting are just disgusting.
And you know what? I think they just doing it for the check now. Because if you really sit there, the check, it's got to be something. Because they keep coming back.
That check
Seasons
is
after
noise. That
seasons.
check is noise.
It's got to be nice.
It's
It's got to be.
It
I mean,
better be.
look at it like this. You mean to tell me these females or guys, because I know they got both shows now, will come on a show, national TV, just to fight, just to get beat up, just to go do it again?
Yeah, because you can be on the block or you can be at McDonald's and you can go get you a check for $20,000 or $10,000 or $5,000.
Oh, y'all, my mama
yeah,
is
go jump in the
she
fight.
Like, she talking about they stupid.
Go jump in the fight.
Hey, mama!
You feel me? It's just why they get these opportunities, but we didn't get these opportunities growing up.
Because our parents
why they
do.
get to get it?
Our
But
parents.
in reality, y'all know the type of parents we had.
Yeah.
Ain't no way in the world they would have had us or allowed us to stand out there for hours or days talking about we finna do a casting call for a show we finna be fighting on.
Right. No
Be
nonsense.
getting drunk, getting high,
Right.
doing the unthinkable to them because, you know, we have a lot of parents that used to be like, oh, no, not my child.
Exactly.
Yes.
Your child.
Yes.
Yes, your kids be doing stuff.
The
That's the thing.
ringleader at that.
When you shelter kids, they will do every and anything just because they didn't get the experience. It's like they have an imaginary checklist.
Oh, hey.
Bucket list.
Hey, you
Yeah, as a
said
child,
that.
you feel me?
I know an adult right now. She in her 40s, and when I say her mom did the best and gave the best, but she lived a sheltered life because her mom is very religious, and the things that she doing now, just to take like why, man, your mama is at retirement age. Like, why you got your mama out here worrying about you and you doing all these things and changing your lifestyle and you blaming your mom? Like, come on.
Can't blame mom.
Nah, you can't blame you guys. That's
No.
she was
'cause
putting that covering on you.
That's something that you chose to do. You know what I'm saying? What they say that, you know, God give us all free will to pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you chose to do.
Yep.
Like, and as a parent, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just, you know, even speaking to myself, you know, you can raise your kids as best as you know how. You can give them everything. And guess what? They still going to do what they want to do.
Facts.
They just got to be wise and mature to know dumb from stupid.
Hi, fella. My great nephew watch. Ooh.
Nephew.
I'm a for real auntie, y'all.
Shout out to the YE young folks. Shout out to everybody.
Yes.
I had something to say.
And prayers to the people that lost their lives in the tornadoes that's been going on.
Yeah, I seen
And
that
the people
Friday.
that's on these ships and these boats that's just been going haywire.
And what's
prayers
all
up
that
to
water
everybody.
going into them boats like that when they be so big? Like,
No clue.
Prayer for the folks.
and
who
where
tsunamis.
are these boats going exactly? That's what I be kind of wanting to know because if I'm out in the ocean, of course, you know, when you get on them cruise ships, you got like a destination and stuff like that. But do you really know what's out there in that sea for real?
A lot. Godzilla. I believe that.
Hey,
ZZ,
I believe that.
Who at the bottom of the ocean?
Who at the bottom of the ocean, ZZ?
we got a few more minutes, but do y'all
Yeah.
think the planet is round or it's flat Earth? Like, if you ever been on the
Crickets.
plane, how do you know you're going north or south or east or west?
Hand me that blunt. See?
Yeah. That's for next time when we on here. Yeah, because how do
Hey.
you know? You can't trust what you've been taught
And
because it's
the-
controlled.
And you know what's the crazy thing about it though? Even though in our brains right now we know the answer, it's like we still don't want to say the wrong thing because we don't know if it's true.
We've been brainwashed.
This is not a yes or
no.
no.
Yeah, it's not. It's like.
Look, my niece talking about monster and weird ass creatures. Yeah, you right.
Exactly.
And guess what? I feel like this. All them spirits that was traveling across.
Mm-hmm. I heard Atlantis still down there. I heard it was a real Atlantis.
I heard that too.
A real Atlantis, bro.
And it is
City
a real
under the
world. It's underground. What's that? Under California and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk. We can talk.
I
about some of this
believe
stuff.
that the ocean is real space, and what's up above is not space.
Hey.
I don't believe.
You know what?
none of
No.
that.
He on something.
He on something.
Because think about it.
It's real
In
weird.
space, once you go up in space, you really can't breathe. You gotta have a certain gear on to breathe, to
Do you
even be
think
alive, and you go in water the same way.
How can we build rockets to go up top, but we can't build rockets to go down low?
Because that pressure.
But the pressure is pressure up top too.
And then do this too.
So you say what I'm saying? Hey, watch what you learning,
What happened to that submarine with them folks?
Yeah.
Hey, they went down into that. Look, they went down there to that deep.
What?
They got crushed.
The vessel.
They got ate by that. What's that big old fish?
Meat thing.
They say 90% of the ocean has not been reviewed or scaled.
It's people trying to swim
mapped.
30,000
But why would
feet.
you want to?
But they think
40,000 feet.
my thing is how they got telescopes that can see through other galaxies, but we can't even see through water down low. Hey, wake up, y'all! It's BS. It's conspiracy, brother, over here.
Next on the
But
basement.
we about to close out. Can I get y'all
MBM
tags?
Beatz.
Let's get y'all socials. You know what I
Ladies
mean?
first.
I am Kandi K on Facebook. Candy Bags on Instagram. Yeah. And I don't know what I am on TikTok.
I am Hanzo Hasashi, a.k.a. Mamba, a.k.a. There's No Father to My Style. If you go on our TikTok page, my page got hacked, so you can still go view some stuff. But go holler at me on Facebook, Instagram, MBM Beatz Mamba.
It's your boy Duke. I'm on 712. Holla at your boy Peace.
All right.
Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. And make sure y'all share because we about to flood the hell out of y'all with these shorts and these
Very much.
videos. And if you know folks that want to come on, holler at us because
Anybody can be a host.
anybody can
Yes.
talk and let's talk. You feel me?
Good
Shout out to
vibes.
Natty B. And
Natty
the
B.
fam.
Hey.
Shout out to the co-host, Kay.
Shout out to
Long
Kay.
time,
Shout out to
sis.
Mamba. Shout out to the homies that's not here.
Yes.
Rest in peace to
I
everybody.
love you.
We love y'all. We're going to be back.
Later.
Peace.